she's through being pregnant with your child, oh, man, she's gonna be mother of your child. We're gonna get through this.
You sure?
Absolutely. 'Cause I love you.
Yeah. I love you. I just hope that's enough.
It has to be. And it's the only thing that has any bearing on what happens from here on in.
Is this freak show gonna get started?
Mr. Manning, the most important thing you have to do today is to keep your impatience and your arrogance from showing in this room.
Arrogant? You think I'm arrogant?
Somebody has to play the bad guy when it comes to Blair. That's what you pay me for. Let me be the heel.
Just so long as you step on her. It's gotten a little stuffy in here. I think I'm gonna go get some air.
Good.
Hello, Winslow.
Top of the morning.
Hi. Kevin. I guess we should be getting started soon. Look, I want to thank you. I really appreciate this. You know how much I love my little girl.
Well, look, after everything you did for CJ, it's the least that I can do.
Well, thanks.
I just don't know if I can help you out a whole lot. I mean, I don't have anything to say against Blair.
It's got nothing to do with Blair. It's about the welfare of my child. That's all that matters.
Listen, could you excuse us for a second? I'd like to talk to Vicki about another matter.
What, are you here to protect your mother from her evil little brother?
No, she doesn't need my help with that. I get to cover your little sordid mess for the Banner.
Oh. What a nice story for someone like you.
So Ace and I told...
Kara. Blair got tied up doing her hair, but she's on her way over now.
How does she look in the clothes you got her?
I think you're going to be very pleased.
Thank you for that. I need her to look like a housewife and a mom, not a fashion plate.
I think she's going to make a very good impression on the judge.
You can morph into Donna Reed all you want. It's not going to help you win this case.
Oh, yeah, and you're Clark Kent.
Honey, why don't you go in and make yourself comfortable?
Comfortable? How are you going to get comfortable in that? Talk about a fish out of water.
Excuse me.
For success, now playing at a theater near you.
I don't know. I'm guessing Winslow will either start or finish with Todd. I'd bet on the latter.
Right. Oh, my God, what is she doing here?
Are you all right?
Oh, I've been better.
Looking at Blair's face, who is she? She probably doesn't even know I even called you to testify. Let me tell her. There.
Hello, Patrick.
Hey. I thought you should know that Todd has subpoenaed Margaret to testify for him.
Last name Saybrook?
That's correct.
We were just told. A little late in the game.
She's not so happy about this either.
I know that this is going to be very hard for her, and... Well, I never meant for any of this to happen, Patrick.
I know you didn't. Good luck.
Thank you. Blair?
Marty is going to testify for Todd?
Oh, yes. And she's none too happy about it either. It's going to be so difficult for her to watch me get ripped to shreds up close and personal. Well, she may as well enjoy it while it lasts.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Laura Goldberg presiding. First case on the docket, Manning versus Manning.
Please be seated. Good morning. We are here today in the matter of custody for Star Manning. The case has been brought by the child's father, Todd Manning.
But let it be clear that there's the child's advocate and nothing else. Decisions of the court will be guided solely by what serves the best interests of that child. Now, are we all here? Good. Mr. Freeman, let's get started.
You want me to use Desitin. What?
I believe, Your Honor, you'll see for yourself that not only is Todd Manning eminently fit to raise his daughter's star, he is, in fact, the only parent fit to have custody of that precious child. Thank you.
Does counsel for the defense have opening remarks?
No, Your Honor, thank you. We believe the facts will speak for themselves.
Thank you, Ms. Richardson. Mr. Freeman, will you call your first witness?
The plaintiff calls Victoria Carpenter. And how did Mr. Manning behave toward his daughter on those occasions when you saw Star in his care?
He was very loving and devoted, very honest and simple, direct, very gentle.
Do you feel the plaintiff might in any way be a threat to the safety of his daughter?
No, quite the contrary. I think that Todd would do anything in his power to protect his daughter.
Mrs. Carpenter, I would like to review your history with Todd Manning. When did you first become aware of Todd Manning?
He was a fraternity brother of my son's at Landview University, Kappa Alpha Delta.
And when did you take, shall we say, particular notice of Mr. Manning?
When he was accused of raping Marty Saybrook.
He's doing our work for us. He's defusing the bomb, putting his own slant on what he already knows I'll bring up.
That was a gang rape case, was it not?
Yes, it was.
Did you at some point become personally involved in the case?
Yes.
And when was that?
When my son was falsely accused of being one of the rapists.
Your son, Kevin Buchanan?
Yes.
And who accused him of this involvement in the crime?
The victim, but she later retracted her accusation. It was a devastating experience for her, and she was terribly confused.
It's all right, Mrs. Carpenter. No one is casting aspersions against Miss Saybrook. But it seems to me that if Mr. Manning was involved, surely he must have known that your son, Kevin, wasn't.
Yeah, he knew.
And he didn't speak up to clear Mr. Buchanan?
No. To do so would have meant admitting his own guilt.
So you can't have been kindly disposed toward the plaintiff?
Far from it.
Were you subpoenaed to appear here today, Mrs. Carpenter?
No. Todd asked me to testify, and I agreed.
So, clearly a lot has changed since Mr. Manning allowed your son to be charged with a crime he didn't commit.
Yes. Everything has changed. Todd has changed completely. He's a totally different person than he was then. He's totally changed his life around. He went to prison. He had therapy. And I believe that a big part of the change is a direct result of his having fallen in love with and then marrying Blair Daimler.
Mrs. Manning, the defendant?
Yes.
But you would agree, would you not, that the changes in Mr. Manning were due almost entirely to his own determination to change?
Yes.
Do you think Todd Manning would make a good parent to Star?
Yes, I do. But I do think it would be better if she were raised by both parents.
But you are aware that that's not always possible.
Yes, of course. But in this particular...
Thank you, Mrs. Carpenter. No further questions.
Counselor.
Mrs. Carpenter, what is your relationship to Mr. Manning?
He is my half-brother.
Thank you. No further questions?
Mrs. Carpenter, do you think Todd Manning is capable of raising his daughter alone?
I think it would be much better if she were raised by both parents.
Yes, I understand. But that wasn't my question.
No, of course it wasn't. Yes, I do. I think that Todd is entirely capable of raising his daughter alone.
Todd saved my son CJ's life. For that, I will always be grateful.
Is your son CJ still close with Mr. Manning?
As close as they can be, considering both of my children spend most of their time in Baltimore now.
Mm-hmm. And how would you characterize Mr. Manning's current relationship with your two children?
He seems very natural with them. I will say that the best that I've seen in Todd has been when he's been around my children.
Mr. Roberts, are you aware of any attempt at any time by